From sunny Southern California, this is the Executive Housekeeper 101 from HousekeepingRehab.com. Here now is your Executive Housekeeper, Abel Josephson.
All right, you're back. Hey, thanks for coming back. In this little program here, we're going to talk about how to open the house, how to close the house. What is a house? A house is your hotel or resort. We are going to talk about what you got to do to set up your day and then what you have to do to close your day. This is perfect if you're a first-time executive housekeeper, first-time supervisor, you're new in the hotel industry, you're working in another department, and hey, you want to get some information on housekeeping, how housekeeping is put together. You are the executive housekeeper. It is the most wonderful, most powerful, most prominent, prestigious position to hold on property. All right, I'm going to give you a lot of information very, very fast. You might have to listen to this a couple of times. All right, first of all, executive housekeeper, open up your department every single day you're in the hotel. Open up your own department. You want to see a department with some problems? Got a different person opening on Monday than they have on Tuesday. They got the guy opening on Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's the only 2 days he does it. You have a supervisor open on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you fill in on Sunday because you had somebody call off. Total lack of control of the quality you're going to produce. At least 5 days a week, baby. You open up the house, and guess what? Oh yeah, you be there to what? Close the house. On your 2 days off, which I always had Monday, Tuesday, I always wanted to be there on the busiest days, Saturday and Sunday. Executive housekeeper, be a warrior for the cause. Don't be setting yourself up with a cushy executive schedule. You be in there. You've got the most responsibility in the entire hotel. Please be there when you need to be there. So I had one supervisor that would fill in on my days off, and I taught them everything that I know. They did what I did. They thought how I thought. They resolved problems how I would resolve problems. Why? I've got to have quality control. I can't have the things go in a spin out on Monday and Tuesday when I'm not there. I can't have it put together sideways on Monday so that Tuesday comes and it falls apart. Continuity of product, continuity in control, continuity in your quality. All right, let's get to it. You want to open it up so it closes in a certain way. First of all, you get there at 6:30 or 7 o'clock at the latest. I do not want to be rushed when I put together my day. It is a piece of art. It is craftsmanship. It's high level control of productivity, of timing. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get into that office is I'm going to make coffee. True, got to get that out of the way. Then the first thing I'm going to do for the resort and the hotel and the department, I'm going to run reports. I'm going to run a vacant dirty report. I'm going to run a vacant and clean room report. I'm going to run an in-house guest ledger report. The guest ledger report, or the occupancy report, different names, it reports the status of every single room in the house, whether it's vacant, vacant dirty, vacant clean, occupied, occupied clean, occupied dirty, whether it is a discrepancy, whether it is in service or out of service. I get every single door, every single key of my hotels on this report. I can look at it at the beginning of each day and know the full status of my hotel. I'm going to run a maintenance report or an out of order report. I want a full listing before I begin anything. Then, what do? I go straight to the floors with my vacant, dirty report. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enter into every single vacant and dirty room on that report without exception. What am I doing? I'm making sure those rooms are dirty because those rooms, if they're dirty, according to this report, they're going to end up on my housekeeping room attendant report. I want to make sure every room I assign needs full service. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to assign a room to somebody that shows vacant and dirty on the report, but guess what? When you go into that room, oh, this room has been cleaned and is inspected. It's ready for a guest. Why don't I want it to show up on a report? Because by nature, housekeepers will take it and report that they what? Cleaned it. Hey, you said it was dirty. I'm reporting that I cleaned it. So it blows up your productivity. That is 35 minutes of cleaning time, service time, that they didn't really do. I need every minute they're there in things that truly need to be done, so I'm pushing the product forward as efficiently as possible. Efficient time management, efficient productivity, on and on and on. You get it. Also in the morning, I'm going to oversee my ongoing projects. I have continual projects for people, so if they have extra time, I've already got a plan. If you have a room that doesn't need service, it's occupied, and you're at the end of your day and you have 35 minutes, I know you want your 8 hours. I'm going to give it to you. But you don't need to get it through fraudulent methods. I've got a list of projects. You've got 35 minutes. I've already got the budget to pay you for that 35 minutes. Guess what? Let's put you to work. You go back into one of your vacant, dirty rooms and do what? Well, work on a project that is pre-planned that everybody's doing in their rooms. If they have some extra time left over and we have budget for it, everybody's doing the same thing. Let's, for example, say they're going in and they are cleaning the insides and out of the patio door, giving it more time than normal. The hotel has already budgeted that 35 minutes. Let's go in and get some deep clean projects. And I have everybody doing the same thing because I'm tracking these little bitty projects until I know it's been done in every single room. I'm in control of a lot of different things, a lot of moving parts. They don't need to know about it. They just need to know when they come to me and go, I had a room that refused service, so I have 35, 40 minutes. No problem. I go to my pre-organized list of things I'm tracking. I have them go do just a little bit of something to help the quality of the product. That way they know I'm prepared to give them their hours. If you're one of those hotels that, we had rooms refuse service, send them home. You're gonna get crappy employee performance. They get tired of that. They want to pay their rent and feed their babies. And an executive housekeeper that looks after that, has projects, knows he has the budget for that room that they're not cleaning. He's going to use that money to do something else that is productive and keep them on the clock righteously, correctly, and in truth, productively. As you go into each vacant, dirty room, and normally I'd have 13, 14, 18, 19. Listen, it doesn't take long. You just knock, you go in, and you just, okay, this thing's dirty. Look at the bed's tore up. There's pizza box, dirty, fine. Close the door, go to the next one. That's all you're doing. But if you go into one, you go, oh, this is clean. Hey, what's going on here? You go in, then you inspect it. And you go, everything is perfect about this. All right, so I'll go to the phone and I'll turn it clean in the system. So when I go run a new vacant dirty report, this will not appear on it. It will not appear on a maid's paper. So I go through all of those rooms and then I go downstairs and I run a brand new vacant dirty report. And I put that in my papers for the morning opening because it goes into my packet of documentation. I want to have very accurate opening documentation because if there's a discrepancy, hey, we checked somebody in the room and guess what? It was dirty. I want to show them this thing was clean when I checked it. So how does this stuff happen? Very simple. The front desk checks somebody into a room. That guest goes into the room and goes, hey, look, this room has a yellow index card. I don't like rooms with a yellow index card there. So I'm gonna go back down to the front desk and I'm gonna complain and I want a different view or I want, whatever. So they're going to check them out of that room and move them, do a room move and check them into another room. So what happens? By default, this room goes vacant and dirty in the system. It's a preventive measure to keep it from being used by a guest because it's, we want that thing inspected before we send somebody back in there. It makes you inspect. Never assume something's clean. Go look at the room. It's very important too that when you go in, you see that everything is clean, the bed's made and everything. You take your body all the way in and you do a full-on look around 360-degree inspection. And more importantly, you go into that bathroom and you look into that toilet. These people that get checked into the rooms, they've been traveling, they're tired. A lot of times they go in, they know they're gonna ask for another room, they don't like it for whatever reason, it's just normal in the industry. What are they gonna do? They're gonna go use the bathroom. Well, they might do, tinkle on the floor, might do a little, do a little poopy and not flush. Yikes. You go look in, you make sure, don't just go, oh, this is clean, the bed's made. Because if you turn that clean and they check somebody into it, they're gonna go in and inspect the room and go, ay, poopy, and they're gonna hang your ass from the gallows. See what I'm saying? See what I'm getting at? All right, so there's a vacant clean list, remember? What are we gonna do with those vacant clean rooms? Every room that's Vacant will be inspected, even vacant clean rooms. Why? Some of them might be dirty. Oh no, when we closed the house yesterday, we turned them all clean and we can trust that report. Oh, no you can't, because front desk will check somebody into the room. They'll go to the room and say, look, there's a yellow index card in my room. I want a different room. Okay, I want a room with a pink index card. Okay. So they will check that guest out of that room at the front desk. They will then check them into another room, that has a pink index card. And then they'll think they're doing everybody a favor, and they will go to the computer and take the room that they were checked in first and turn it vacant clean in the system. What does front desk do when they do this? They run a great and terrible risk, because that room has not been inspected. So what happens? They turn it vacant clean, but they didn't go to the room. They didn't call turn down in the evening. Go check this room. I checked somebody out. Let me know. You turn it clean. Front desk should never turn anything clean, ever. They should never inspect rooms. They shouldn't know. Maybe night audit, but he's got to be trained. But oh my God, keep front desk out of your rooms at all costs. Here's what happens. They go in, they don't like this room. They want a different room, so they check them into another room, right? This room goes vacant and dirty in the computer system. So they go and they turn it clean. But they didn't go up and look in the toilet where somebody did a tinky tink, a winky bink, and a ooh, poop, poopy, poo, ooh. Ugh. They didn't inspect it. Now the next guy goes in 30 minutes later. He comes in and checks in. Oh, we'll put you into this room. I can still use it. It's clean. Those people didn't sleep in it. I moved their room. Oh yeah, and they go in and they find the poop. Supervisors are going to check vacant clean rooms. It's the first thing they do after they get plugged in. They get their boards. They organize them. How they organize them. They got their own little ways. They know what floors they're going to get to inspect. They line all that up on their board and they get their reports and they're ready to go. First thing they do is they go inspect the vacant clean rooms. They go every single one of them, just walk the 360-degree parameter of the room, look up, look down, and walk around the wall into the bathroom, check everything's straight, no lint, no nothing, no fuzz, no belts or pins, no muss, no fuss, right? They're going to inspect it to make sure it is clean. Why? Because I just told you, front desk can check somebody out of it. It goes dirty in the system, and then they go and turn it clean in the system, not inspecting it. Now we run the risk. Who are they going to blame? Front desk. No, they're not going to blame front desk. They're going to blame you, the executive housekeeper. Why was this room dirty, but was clean in the system? That's why you run your reports in the morning, so you know exactly what the accurate status is. That's why you check every vacant room, whether it's clean or dirty. But now we're going to plan who checks it. I check the dirties when I go to get ready to break out the house. Supervisors go and check the clean rooms to make sure that they're clean and inspected and are accurate on the list. And if they're not, we're going to assign it. Or if it's just a couple of fiddle-faddle things, supervisor's going to do what's called a pickup, and we're going to keep on rolling. They check clean rooms first because once the housekeepers go up, it's going to take them an hour and a half or so to start collectively. You got 9, 10, 11, 12, housekeepers up there. After about an hour and a half, they've done 1.5 to 2 rooms apiece that first hour and a half. So now we've got something for supervisors to start inspecting. But they've got an hour at least to go to the 16 rooms on their floor and check every one of them. Most housekeeping supervisors love this. They can just kind of go room to room and walk around and wake up, let the coffee kick in. Now here we go. You're opening the house. You've checked your vacant, dirty rooms. You know they're all dirty. Now you can go down and print your maid's papers, your room assignments, according to the sections that they have. Housekeeping section is a section where somebody, I go to the 3rd floor, room 101 to 118, and my list travels up and down that sections of rooms. I'm on that floor in those rooms every single day. It's very important that you have room sections. So you print out your maid's papers according to room sections. You make your assignments. You put them on a little clipboard, each one with a pen, and you line them up on the wall so they can punch in, get their keys, sign for their keys, sign for their time clock time, get their board, and get ready for morning meetings. And then off to the floors they go. Now, what do? You spend your, as much as need be of the morning time, doing your purchasing, doing your scheduling, doing your inventories. You have job interviews, you do this, you that. That's the morning time. Why? Because you're gonna get into these rooms in the afternoon after plenty of rooms are there for you to go look at. Now, what are the supervisors doing? The supervisors have gone up and they have checked their vacant clean rooms. They're gonna come back down after about an hour or whatever it takes. And they're gonna do what? Run a brand new vacant dirty list. Why? Because from the time you checked vacant dirty rooms until the time that, about an hour after the housekeepers go up, you've had what? You have had departures. So there are more vacant dirty rooms now. And so the supervisor is going to come down, get a new vacant dirty room report. They're going to go up to the boards on the floors that they're supervising that day, and they're going to go maid's cart to maid's cart, lady to lady. They're going to take a highlighter. Do I have a highlighter? I don't think I do. Oh my God, I got to get a highlighter. I got to get more props. We need more props. Oops. All right, so they're going to take a highlighter and highlight the vacant dirty rooms. So this housekeeper, as she goes through her morning, she's going to start seeing these occupied dirty rooms that are departures for the day start to go vacant dirty. And she's gonna know they're vacant dirty because supervisor is highlighting them with a color. The priority for housekeepers is vacant dirty rooms. We don't worry about occupieds till the afternoon. We want to do vacant dirty rooms first. We want them done early in the day, so at all times there's brand new vacant clean rooms popping up in the system, so as guests come for early arrival, we can just pop them in. Do you want a hell to live in your department? Just let the housekeepers go up there, and they've got 13 rooms, and just go on one end to the other, room by room by room. You just let them go door to door in their own pace. You're gonna have vacant, dirty rooms at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, they are pushing and being pushed into vacant, dirty rooms all morning, all day, until all of the vacants and checkouts in their area are done. They come to a little hang up where they still don't have any vacants and they're done with their vacant, dirty rooms that they have. All right, go work on an occupied room. But as soon as a vacant, dirty becomes available, you're gonna finish that occupied room and what? Be pushed into the vacant, dirty rooms. We are forcing ourselves into vacant, dirty rooms as fast as we can get into them and get them done. Why? So we're done at 1 o'clock with vacant dirties, maybe 2. But because we collectively have been turning rooms early in the day, there's a whole catalog of vacant clean rooms for front desk to use. I never had a problem with having people sit in the lobby and complain because rooms weren't ready at 4:30 and 5 o'clock. Never. So we're gonna get down to that last room that's vacant and dirty. We're gonna knock it off early in the afternoon, and then we're gonna go and spend the rest of our days, in occupieds. Because the good thing about this, they're doing all this vacant, dirty room where they've got addressed everything in the room early in the day, when they're fresh, when they just got out of bed, when they have energy. It's a better productive use of their energy to do all of that in the morning. We all know that occupied rooms are a little less work. Even though they are work, it's a little less. That afternoon stuff, that's where their tip money is. Not in vacant rooms, it's in occupied rooms. As the executive housekeeper, you are monitoring these reports throughout the day. You're watching how many rooms you're turning by the hour. You're knowing these numbers, right? You should study how many rooms check out and when is the peak hour for checkout. At what time of the day can we expect that all the departures can be cleaned? You got to know all of these statistics and averages. You need to know on average how many do not disturb or refuse service rooms that you have. Why? Because when you're breaking out the house, you know at the end of the day, let's say my average was always about 6 or 7, let's say 7. 7 rooms that are occupied are going to say, we don't want service. You know that, right? So you're gonna take 7 of those vacant, dirty rooms in the morning that you know are dirty, you're going to hold some of them. Why? In the afternoon, when the ladies come up short for time because they have do not disturbs, you can hand those rooms out and keep them on the clock for 8 hours. Always fight to keep your people making money. Don't be one of these chintzy, cheap, skeevy, dirty executive housekeepers always trying to figure out how to short the employee and save it for the company so you can make your bonus. Don't be that jackass. At the end of the day, the ladies come, and when they're finished, they report to the supervisor, I'm done. Whether they're done early or late, it doesn't matter. Whenever they are done, and we accept the fact it's over for them, They're going to come, they're going to have the supervisor sign off on their paper and sign off when they're done. I will close the house because I opened up the house, and then I'm going to go through the same process I went through in the morning. I'm going to get all the boards put up. I'm going to check and make sure everything was covered, everything was taken care of. I might have one room because of a situation. I'm going to turn it over to the PM crew, the turn down ladies, or the men and gentlemen of turn down, the night owners, I call them, the night owners. And they may have to pick up a room or two. That's not what I want because I got other things for them to do. They're helping in laundry in the evening to keep that caught up. They're doing turn down. I don't want to be dumping a bunch of rooms on my turn down crew. After everything's been done, I'm going to start all over with the reports in the morning. I'm going to run a vacant dirty list. And what I want is the vacant dirty list is going to show up with the header, the hotel, the name, the time the report was run, a footer with whatever information, and blank. I want to run a totally blank report. Well, why do we need a report if there's no rooms on it? Because I want to show there's no rooms on the report. I'm accountable to the status of the room, and I want a report that has 0 rooms on it. We have no vacant dirties to explain. So I got my vacant dirty report. Next, I'm going to run a vacant clean report. I'm going to show exactly what was vacant clean in the system at 5 o'clock when I close the house. Now I have that report. Then I'm going to run a discrepancy report, and I'm going to see if there's a difference between what's showing at the front desk and what is showing in housekeeping. Oh, I have one room that shows up on my report. I'm going to call the supervisor, go inspect this room, call me or change it in the room. We'll get that taken care of. Are you done? Good. I'll run the discrepancy report. Oop, look, I have a report with nothing on it. Great. Every report has nothing on it. I want reports with nothing on it. I want documentation that I finished, and then I double check my double check. All right, here we go. Then I'm going to run another guest ledger report that shows all of the rooms in the house and their status. So I can show from the morning guest ledger what the house looked like. In the evening when I'm totally done, I can show what the house looked like. So I have multiple reports proving each other. Then I'm going to take all of that. I'm going to go get a copy of the schedule for today. I'm going to make a copy of that, and I'm going to put it in with all my reports. I'm going to take all the supervisor reports, all of the note sheets that they took, all of the housekeeping maids papers, all of the assignment sheets for the duties of the utility guy that's doing all my carpets and extracting my mattresses and cleaning my drapes. I get all his assignments, all the houseman all the assignments from that day. They come back to me, baby, and I make sure I know what's going on in my department. I put them all in an envelope, I date it, and I put it in a box, and it's going to sit in that box. They're all divided. I have 12 boxes only. 12 boxes, one for each month. All right, so how you open your house is how you close your house, with a pure list of reports that clearly, accurately documents the status of every room. One more thing. You've got to watch when you break out the house. You can't have a lady with 13 rooms a day, 8 hours. Hours divided by rooms is 0.615, 35 minutes per room. You can't have them with 9 checkouts and 13 rooms to do. You'll wear them out physically. You'll get poor performance, and it's not the room attendant's fault. You've got to plan and adjust and keep these things in mind. You have to spread out, right? You've got 9 vacant dirty rooms. I'm going to take 4 of these. I think 6 or 7 is my max. 7 maybe. That's about half a day, so that's okay, but I don't like it. You have 13 rooms. They're all occupied, honey. We're giving some of your occupieds to Carmela over here, and we're giving some of her checkouts to you. Why? First of all, occupied rooms, hard to get into so early in the morning, right? They all got do not disturb signs on them. So we're going to spread the work around, all right? But do it on the same floor if it's possible. I'm going to talk about housekeeping sections in a message pretty soon, because People got a lot of misconceptions about sections and how to manage them, but I don't have time for that now. It'd be an hour-long video and nobody would watch it. So you want to make sure everybody has a certain amount of checkouts and no more, and you got to spread it around. They don't want to change floors. You got 3 ladies on a floor, kind of work around those ladies so they can just move a cart down a hallway and not have to get it all on an elevator, go down to do this one room down on the 3rd floor, and then come back to the 7th floor to pick up their work. You don't want them to do that because A, they don't like it, B, it takes time, and it messes up your productivity. It just causes a problem. Make sure all of the workload is balanced. If you have a deal to where you have a massive checkout and 60-70% of your hotel is checking out that day, and you have low arrivals like a Sunday, you might want to drop some of those rooms and move them to Monday. That's another way to spread the work around. Always clear that with your director of rooms if you have one. Always let the general manager know we're doing that. Check with reservations, see what the needs are and the projections are. Work closely with these other departments when you go to moving rooms from one day to another. But use that as a viable alternative, right? It is a viable alternative. Be totally in control. Know your numbers, know your projections, know your arrivals, know your departures, know how many do not disturb signs you have every day. Know how many rooms depart per hour on average, and know when you need all the extra hands on deck and how to manage it. You're managing money, baby. These people that do such hard work for you, depending on how you organize them, makes them very productive, which is how you manage your money. If you're just assigning rooms, go to the floors, let me know how you end up at the end of the day. You got rooms, go do them, and you let them do them anyway. You're gonna have chaos, you're gonna have 4 people coming at the end of the day. I'm sorry, the rooms were dirty, I couldn't finish. And the poopy. Ooh. So there you go. That's how to open and close your house. If somebody says housekeeping didn't clean a room yesterday, you take those reports. Oh, yes, I did. And you know your computer. You go to that reservation and you go to the log change and you find out who touched that reservation. You get their codes and you go, whoever 676673 is, they checked somebody in and checked them out. That room's dirty because of them, not because of the executive housekeeper. Now, get your maid's papers put together and let's get up on the floors and be productive and turn the house, baby.
The hotel and hospitality industry is a type of entertainment and a form of show business. Thanks for visiting the Executive Housekeeper 101 with Abel Josephson from housekeepingrehab.com.